Rap and Reason podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins. All right, we're back at it again for another episode of Rap and Reason podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dr. Jeremy C. McCool.
And I'm Earl Hopkins. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, bro. Episode 29. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, bro. It was a solid week, man. Just diving into this book, further and further, man, getting it together, getting it straightened out. So yeah, everything's been solid, man. How has it been on your end?
Man, it's been good, bro. I've been working, man, back in the classroom, teaching this book, man, we've been going crazy with. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for people to get their hands on this book next year, man. This is gonna be a legendary moment in hip hop history, man. So everybody stay tuned for the book, Conscious Rap Lives. How J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar saved hip hop, man. It's gonna go up next year. But other than that, man, I've been cool. Just working. It's working. Yeah, it's been an interesting January, man. I'm glad to get into February.
Absolutely.
That was
bro.
the longest January ever, bro.
It felt like a year's worth of a month, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yes, and I want to start off this by saying, man, thoughts and prayers to everybody lost in the plane crashes that occurred, both in DC and in Philly. Very unfortunate circumstances, man. Yeah, just crazy times.
Yeah, crazy. Insane. I actually wrote about a woman who worked at a local business, who's a survivor. Thoughts, prayers out to her, Dominique, as well as her family, as well as everybody that was affected by it, especially those that were lost. So definitely, man, it's crazy times right now, bro. But
was she injured? She was injured in the one in Philly.
Yeah, in the one in Philly. She was at the mall. I'm forgetting the mall's name off top, shopping with her family. And because of the blast radius, her car caught fire and she got severely injured, man. So yeah, crazy. It's crazy. So my thoughts and prayers out to everybody involved.
Yeah, same here, man. There was a couple people I knew who were close by when it happened. One person I know lived across the street and saw it, and then
wow,
one of the people we know was actually recording it on their story, man. Which was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man, crazy. So yeah, prayers out to everybody, man. Everybody stay safe out here. Crazy time. But yes, I'm glad to get into February. Happy Black History Month, everybody. You know what I mean? We was gonna claim it whether the White House addressed it or not. So you know what I mean.
Facts. And I'm on my Hotep vibe, bro. It's Black History Month every month, but
that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's year round, baby.
Year round, man. We always are gonna discuss and represent Black excellence out here. So yeah,
absolutely.
Every month for sure. But yeah, man, we had a lot of things to get into, man. One thing you sent me that you were the first person that actually sent me this song, and I was like, Will Smith and Big Sean.
Yeah.
First of all, my first thoughts was this is super random. Before I clicked on them, I was like, why on earth is Will Smith and Big Sean on a song together? And it's not that I like both figures, but it's just that collaboration was the one I never saw coming. But they have a song called Beautiful Scars. And after that initial thought, I went into another headspace of, well, actually, this does make sense because now Big Sean has really been on his positive wave.
Right.
And Will Smith is king positive. You know what I mean? He was the first overly positive, the biggest overly positive figure in hip hop, I would say. Yeah. So one of the first who embraced I'm not cursing, who embraced like super, I'm not talking about violence or shooting. I'm not talking about none of that stuff. Like I'm only really talking about positive things. I think of Will Smith when I think of that messaging. So before I get into mine, man, what were your thoughts when you first heard this track?
Verse, it was random. Even still, like I'm like, okay, Big Sean's been on that positive wave, like his last album we reviewed on this channel. But I was like, all right, man, let's see. I've never been like, there's a few songs that I really like of Will Smith as Fresh Prince, and then a few songs. He got some classic records as Will Smith, rapping as well. But I'm like, I went in kind of like reluctant. I'm like, this is probably gonna be weak. I'm gonna be honest, because like we always, unlike other genres, I feel like we really put a cap on certain age, like you know what I'm saying? So I have to even cognitively like get myself out of that space, that headspace, and just take the music for what it is. And we've been proven time and time again that it doesn't matter what age you are. Like you can put out some quality music. Jay-Z showed us that on 444, for example. But so I
Mhm.
went in, I was like, okay, like bro really spazzing. He got some corny lines here and there, but like this joint fire, bro.
Yeah.
This joint is fire. Like bro's really cutting deep. Like it's called Beautiful Scars because he's really cutting kind of deep and like talking about just the perils of fame and all these other things, stuff that I wouldn't kind of expect to hear from a Will at this point. Um, but I'm glad he's opening up in that way as he has on his Instagram. If you go to his Instagram, bro, like he's opening up as a celebrity in ways we don't see from regular people, especially when you're a box office giant like he is. Like he's
Right.
grossed billions of dollars from his film. So it's great to see him really pop out in this way among like one of the first times we really gotten to see him pull back some layers ever since the Chris Rock thing. I hate the fact that people still bring that up. Like, let the man make a mistake and grow from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think this song is really interesting, and I'll get into the timing of it once you tell me how you feel about it, bro. How do you feel about the record?
I liked it, man. I would agree with
Mm-hmm.
you. There's of course going to be some corny lines in it, but I think that overall, man, his flow was crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that the introspectiveness that we got to get from a grown, like adult Will Smith. I thought that it was really cool to get to hear a little more about his struggles and some of the things that he had to overcome, and hear him flex a little bit. Well, I think he said he
Yeah.
got a $500 million worth of mirrors. I was like, man, that's you getting too much money. I don't know.
I
He
think
said,
what he's saying is, I see myself in a mirror and I'm worth $500 million. That's how I
oh,
interpret it.
that's the bar. That makes a lot more sense.
That makes sense now.
That
Because I'm
actually
like,
makes
why
a
would you
lot
spend
more
that
sense.
much on mirrors, bro? That's crazy.
Yeah, half. Okay, so he was flexing that he's worth $500 million.
I
Okay,
think so. Yeah.
okay. Either way,
Mhm.
that's a huge. That's still a flex. Either way,
It's a flex.
it's actually a bigger flex.
Honestly.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So it was hard, man. I liked it. I thought that it was I thought it was good to hear Will Smith in this form and fashion,
Yeah.
and I thought Big Sean's verse was cool too. Like I
It
thought
was
that
solid.
overall, like just off the song quality, I thought it was a really good song. I think it's the best song I've heard from Will Smith. Well, let me not say that because I haven't listened to a Will Smith song in a very long time. But I think that
Yeah.
it is. I think he sounded great on it. I mean, it almost made me
Yeah.
wonder, like, who was he in the studio with when recording? Because he wasn't rapping like I'm used to hearing Will Smith rap. Like even just his
Yeah.
flows and like wordplay that he was doing, it didn't sound similar to what I've heard from him in the past. And I actually, Will Smith is one of the first rappers I actually like was able to buy their albums when
Oh
I was
wow.
little,
Because it was
little. My mom
clean.
would actually buy me, yeah, all that stuff was clean. So I would get it like he's probably the first, like, I'm gonna even go back further, bro. I'll go back to tapes. You might not remember the cassette era. I'm Walkman
Mhm.
era. Like
That's
when I was
crazy.
really little, like 4 or 5 years old. Like I had a tape Walkman and I had a Will Smith one. Like so I saw like the Wild
Wow.
Wild West, like Get Jiggy
Yeah.
with all that stuff. So like I grew up like as a little kid listening to some of Will Smith music.
Mm.
And he got some classics, but as far as songs, but I thought that this was cool. I thought it was cool to hear a more adults and layered
Mm.
Will Smith. Yeah, and a lot of these young kids don't even know that Will Smith used to rap. So I think it's cool that
Yeah.
some of the OGs remind them, like, yeah, this is how I started. Like Will Smith has Grammys, like he was a successful rapper.
He
I
was
don't
the
think we
first
say that
rapper to ever get a Grammy. Yeah.
absolutely, and has multiple platinum albums, like not
Yeah.
one, you know what I mean, like multiple, like Millennium, like the
Mm.
Wild Wild West soundtrack, like
Yeah,
even the
man.
stuff as Fresh Prince, like Summertime is still a classic record in hip
Classic.
hop. Like parents just don't understand all his Fresh Prince stuff too. Like he's had a significant career in hip hop, so I think it's dope to see
Mm.
him pop back out to remind people like I'm not just a movie star. Like I still get busy. So yeah, dope.
Yeah. And the video, we gotta talk about the video.
Yes,
That video was crazy, bro.
you know.
Because he's talked about that at length. Like he's talked about how he
Yes,
turned down the Neo and the Matrix role to do Wild Wild West. I've never been able to finish that movie, bro, the Wild Wild West, because it's
I
just like
had we had
this
it
is
at
pretty bad.
we had it at the crib as growing up, and I thought it was even bad then. Like even as a child on
Yeah.
VHS, I thought it was trash. Like
Yes, bro.
I've always thought
Yeah.
that that was a terrible, terrible movie. Like
Why the giant robot spider, bro? I didn't get that. I don't get
yeah,
it.
I don't know where they were going with that movie, but I would be sick too if I chose that over. The Matrix.
Yeah, bro. Sick.
Sick,
Sick.
sick, sick, sick. It's not
Yeah.
even like it was Men in Black. Like Wild Wild West.
But nah, it was dope to see him reimagine the Matrix. And he funny. Like that's one thing people can't say about Will, bro. That man is an entertainer. Like he's hilarious. So
Absolutely.
if you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna spoil it for you anyway. Man's reenacts like the blue pill, red pill thing with Neo and Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves. Well, I'm saying it
Yeah, I
wrong.
know.
Keanu. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what Keanu picks one of the pills. What was it? The red one? I'm assuming.
One of them, I don't remember.
One of them, John. I haven't seen that movie in like 12 years. But
Yeah.
anyway, Will, silly as hell, he gets both pills, bro. Like off top, like messing up the whole Matrix theme, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just him and Sean kind of reenacting certain classic scenes or, improvising on their own, man. So it was hilarious, bro.
And
Like I love seeing it.
I love seeing it too. And I thought it was even dope. Like the fact that, Big Sean's last name is Anderson and his last name is Smith. It
Yeah.
worked perfect. Like it aligned perfectly
Yeah.
with the theme of the Matrix. Like,
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that was why it was even cooler. It was like, wow, that aligned perfectly for this video.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. I thought it was fire, man. I thought the video was cool. It was well thought out, well put together. And it's funny because I remember watching that on YouTube, that story of him
Hmm.
turning it down and being like, that's crazy. And honestly, but to be fair,
Yeah.
I couldn't really see Will Smith in that role.
I could, because I've seen him in so many other roles to that point where he's more subdued, more like just in like, you know what I mean? Like his charisma is kind of turned down, like for
Yeah,
certain roles. Like even in I Am Legend, not to say that Keanu's role as Neo is the same as Will's in I Am Legend, but I've seen him kind of
yeah,
morph into other characters. So I could see him
true,
do it.
true.
But at
Will,
the same time, he did Men in Black, which aren't the same movie, but like, I mean, bro, like I don't know. I feel like we would have seen you essentially take on a similar role, or you know what I
yeah,
mean, or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Hmm.
But Will can definitely transform, man. Will's performance in Ali, crazy.
Oh yeah, amazing. It was amazing.
He really embodied Muhammad Ali in that movie.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I even liked him in iRobot. Like iRobot, he's fire. Pursuit of
I
Happiness, fire.
Pursuit of Happiness, amazing. Will Smith got classic
He
movies.
does, bro. He does.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolute classic
Yeah.
movies, man. So
Let
yeah,
me ask you this. Do you feel like obviously I think it was he dropped the music video for Beautiful Scars right before the Grammys, and then he did it because he then was a presenter at the Grammys too. Is it good to see his face out? Is this a good rollout for him to kind of show up and pop up at these award shows and just be seen? And he has an album coming out this spring as well. So obviously that ties into it. But how do you feel seeing him out again being himself?
I think it's dope, man. I think it's dope. I think people blew that whole I can't even say blew the whole Chris Rock thing up because I mean you did slap a whole superstar at a award show. So
At the Oscars, at
that's
that,
gonna
yeah.
at the Oscars. That's gonna be big news. Like we've never seen anybody slap period at the Oscars. So
Yeah.
I think that was gonna blow up regardless. But I think it's good seeing him back in the spotlight based on his gifts and talent as opposed to any theatrics because it went straight from that. Then it was all the August Alsina, Will Smith. I feel like that became the
Oh,
topic of
wow.
conversation around Will Smith as opposed to how he's one of the most talented um, entertainers that we've ever seen. So I think
Hmm.
I think it's good to see him back out and about based on his art and the stuff that he's
Yeah.
putting out as opposed to like any of the drama or theatrical stuff.
Yeah. I hope, wow. I forgot about that August Alsina joint. But yeah, I agree. I'm I'm glad we getting away from that era, bro. That era is
That was nasty work, man. I
fire.
don't like seeing our
Yeah.
superstars in that light. Like,
Nah, especially because you could tell. I mean, I read Will's book. Like, by all accounts, he seemed like you don't know these people, but he seemed
yeah,
like a genuinely good dude. So, like, it sucks to have seen that he just made a mistake. And I think, like, he was harboring so much other vitriol and energy towards someone else. That was all in that slap. I'm gonna be honest. He put years of pain and suffering into that whiplash he laid on Chris Rock. But I'm glad we over that, bro. Crazy.
That's-
Yeah.
there was other people who was in that slap hunt. That was meant for
Mhm.
that was some bottled up energy.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
for
Like so,
sure.
yeah, man. It's good to see Will back outside, man.
It is, man.
I'm looking forward. I want to see him in some more movies. But I want to see
I do too. I haven't even seen his last one, Bad Boys for Life. I haven't even seen
fire.
it, which is crazy.
You need to watch it. It's
It's
good.
hot.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I like it
Uh,
more than I like the last one.
and the last one I liked.
This
So
one,
that's saying a lot.
yeah, this one was significantly better than me.
Mm.
I thought it had a better storyline to it. Yeah, no, definitely check it out. I think it's on Netflix now.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check it out at this point. I need to movie
Yeah,
night joint.
definitely.
Yeah.
So it's good to see Will Smith back outside, man. Another
Hmm.
thing that went on recently, man, Grammys.
Yeah, we can't ignore that one.
We cannot ignore the Grammys, man.
Yeah.
So, first I want to talk about some of the different hip hop and R&B categories because really, let's be real, that's all we care about. At least let me speak for
Yeah.
myself. I don't really care
Yeah.
about who win other stuff. I'm
Yeah.
beyond that. You know what I mean? Other categories is whatever to me. But the hip hop and R&B ones are the ones that stick out to me. So the first thing that I want us to talk about is thoughts on Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, winning 5 Grammy Awards. If I'm not mistaken, it won Music Video of the
Hmm.
Year, Rap Song of the Year.
Mm.
What other ones? It was a bunch of different ones. What else? What else was
Yeah,
it?
rap
Rap
performance.
Performance,
And then the two big ones, bro. Record of the year,
Record of the Year.
song of the year.
Now,
Crazy.
what are your thoughts? First of all, do you think he deserved five? Do you think Not Like Us deserved 5 Grammys?
I can confidently say I think it deserved at minimum 3 out of those 5 Grammys he was
That's how I
eligible for.
feel.
I think 3 out of the 5.
That's exactly how I feel. I think video of the year for sure.
For sure.
Video of
That
the
joint was
year
fire.
for sure. Rap song of the year, record of the year, man. You know what I mean? I'm used to it. There's a couple of them that I was like, okay, I think y'all are pushing it a little bit, but I think
Yeah.
in my mind I thought he was gonna win about 2 to 3 of them. I didn't
Yeah.
think 5.
Yeah. It's
But there was a
tough,
lot of good
bro.
hip hop songs out this year, so that's the only reason why I didn't expect it to be 5.
I honestly expected him to take all of the rap awards he was eligible for, maybe except rap performance, only because I think Like That is in that category. I thought that was
Yeah,
going to take it, which he
same.
inevitably wins also because
Yeah,
he's
he
in the
won that one
song.
also, but I thought that one was gonna win. I didn't think Not
I
Like Us
thought
was gonna
so.
win that.
I didn't expect Metro and Future to come away with nothing, bro. That was a
And,
little shocking to me, a
and
little
I'm be
bit.
honest, bro. Him cleaning up like this, like there's a couple other people who I thought hip hop artists who I thought were gonna be able to slide in and get a little award
Yeah,
there. But yeah, nah, Kendrick came through.
crazy.
What do you think that symbolizes in hip hop? Like, what are your thoughts on that? I know we got on here before a while back saying that
Mm,
we felt like Euphoria should have been the one that really swept up the Grammys,
mhm.
and just because of some of the messaging and Not Like Us. What do you think about it now at this point?
Yeah, so like, okay, so I feel a couple ways. So first of all, this is a crazy achievement, bro. Like we've never seen anything like this. Like a diss record
Never.
balloon to become this national fixture, bro, and to then sweep the Grammys essentially, bro. Like we never seen that. Like to be record and song of the year is that to me makes this the best diss record of all
Oh,
time.
hands.
Like
Oh, that's
because of that. Yeah, because of
before the
that.
Grammys. I said that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think like that just reaffirms it for real, for real. At the same time, I hate to be this dude, bro. It's Black History Month, so I'm gonna put on my Hotep jump real quick. Like, I don't like the fact that Drake crazy. Kendrick is receiving this level recognition. It's not like he hasn't before. This man is a multi Grammy award winner for work that's really transcends all this BS, right? But I just think it says something when Grammy voters are leaning into rap beef, like it's a feud and everything else. And you're you know what I mean, the whole idea of the rap song and what that means for like a Drake. Like I'm not the biggest Drake fan. I'm just saying plain and simple like you know how people like lean into black trauma a little bit. I'm kind of
Yeah,
veering, but my point is like you want to see like this feud pop off and it has and you reward someone for it but like I just kind of see that as kind of being lame too at the same time, bro. I don't want to get too deep, but like you got the whole crowd singing A minor, like come on, bro, like that's kind of crazy. I never thought I'd be on here kind of defending Drake, but I kind of feel for him now. I feel like I feel like bro done did his victory lap so many times. I feel bad now, dog. Like that's crazy. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, okay. And I'm outside of the part about feeling bad for Drake, I kind of agree. I don't feel bad for Drake at all. As
Yeah.
far as like Kendrick has made so many amazing songs, you know,
Mm,
and I don't know if he's won. We'll have to do a little research. I'm not sure if he's ever won Record of the Year.
no,
I don't think
he
so.
hasn't.
So
Nah.
for Kendrick to have made so many profound and just, I mean, groundbreaking songs, and some of the greatest hip hop songs ever written have been made by Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for somebody who has made this much complex and thought provoking music, for the first
Mhm.
time for him to win Record of the Year to be this is, you know, anticlimactic for me. I would say. I think that's what I would say. It's kind of like it's almost like how some people feel about you like you've heard people reference like how come Denzel didn't get an Oscar for Malcolm X but he got it for Training Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of the way I feel about this.
Absolutely. That's the perfect way to describe it. I was kind of like trying to teeter and try to figure out how I would describe it, but that's the best way. If we want to expand it even, like Leonardo DiCaprio, why did he get, shunned for his other work, but he wins for The Revenant? It's not the same in the fact that like Denzel is playing like a corrupt cop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's an even better example. Or why didn't Beyonce win all these other times for record of the year, album of the year, but she wins for like this country album? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't know. Who knows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and we might be being extra. It's dope to see Kendrick win awards. The song is fire, but
Yeah.
like I said, it's one of those where like it's almost like, man, the diss record is what gets all of this.
Come on, bro.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
yeah, and you already know how Drake fans are gonna react. Oh, bro, he needed Drake
Stop it.
to like stop
Kendrick
it,
already
bro.
had
Stop it.
20 Grammys before this moment. It's
Or
like
17 or
somewhere around
whatever.
that. Over
Yeah.
15 Grammys before this moment.
Yeah.
So it's not like Kendrick is he's at the top of the mountain of Grammys for hip hop artists. So it's not like he hasn't gotten awarded. But yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you by next year he'll be getting some more awards for either GNX or whatever album he drops between now and then. So
Yeah, because I talked to someone who's worked closely with Kendrick and he believes, I mean, he couldn't confirm anything, obviously. But he was like, "Oh, I feel like GNX was a teaser. Like, I feel like
I've
he got something."
it's been somebody who's close to me who says something similar that they believe
Hmm.
it not dropping again.
Yeah, and shoot, I wouldn't put it past him, bro.
Yeah.
But now how did you feel about his? Did you see his speeches for like the last two awards, like Record of the Year, Song of the Year?
I saw one of his speeches. I saw the one
Mhm.
where he pretty much just shouted out on the West Coast, and I thought it was dope that he showed love to like Daylight and like Glasses Malone and a lot of those. I saw that one. I
Yeah.
didn't see the other one.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was the better one of the two. I mean, I don't think he expected to win these awards, to be honest, though. Like, I don't know if he did. You know how artists
I
say
don't know if
that?
he expected to get five.
I don't think he expected to get record or song of the year. Maybe the other three, sure. But like those two, those are massive, bro. Like those are cream of the crop. Like there was so many great records this year by like Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, all these other artists, Beyonce. So Charlie XCX or yeah, XCX. Man, that's huge. But I think like bringing it back to like the West Coast pioneers, the legends, bro. I think that was cool. And I think like he even shouted out his fiance Whitney, like shouted out people
Yeah,
that otherwise wouldn't have gotten the light. And I like to see that his producer Mustard and
yeah,
Soundwave was up there, and they had moments to shine and really relish the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that
yeah.
was dope. That was super dope. Yeah.
Yeah, super dope, man. And I also think one thing that is one of the things that make this the best this record to me is the fact that he was able to put in. This is one of the few times I've seen where somebody's able to put in some conscious messaging into a diss record.
Mm-hmm.
And to make it bigger than about the person. So like,
Yeah.
the verse where he's able to go into slavery and talk about, how black art and black artists have been, taken advantage of, and to be able to slide that messaging into a diss record. I always
Mm-hmm.
think it's dope when people are able to do that. Same thing with Ice Cube has done in the diss records. I ain't gonna get into the details of that, but you know what I mean, where
Yeah.
they're able to kind of put in some other messaging and make it bigger than about just you as an individual. I'm talking about a bigger issue that you are part of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that that's dope. Ice Cube was able to do it with talking about, how NWA was being taken advantage of. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think that it's dope. Yeah. So that's another reason why I say that I definitely think Not Like Us deserves some awards. I didn't think it was gonna get five, but
Five of them.
my guess would have been three. But shout out to Dot, man, cleaned
Shout
up,
out to him. Yeah, man.
cleaned up. Another person who won, man. I don't talk about country often. Ever if I can help it. But
Yeah.
what you think about Beyonce winning, man?
So I feel a couple ways. So, bro, I had this conversation with my homeboys yesterday, literally. Did she make the best country album? I'm gonna just say it. No, I hate to be that person. To me, it's obvious, right? Like, did she make the best? That's where you have to bring this to. Like
I'm gonna have to take
when
your
we
word
talk,
on it because I'm never listening to a country album. So I'm
bro.
gonna take your
Listen,
word on it.
listen, it had the ingredients to be a great album. Do I think it was a great country album? No, but do I think it's a really, really good album? Yes, I think it has all the elements. It has a Dolly Parton, it has a Miley Cyrus, Post Malone, it has all these other elements to it. Shabuzi, obviously, like it has all these
Mm.
ingredients to it. But I think when you talk bare bones, bro, does she have the best country album? No. But do I think she has one of the best albums, like bodies of work? I think an argument could be made there, but
So who do you
if I
think
were,
deserves country album of the year then?
let me see, ring off the nominations again. It's escaping
Oh,
me.
hold on, I don't have that one. I ain't got nothing country pulled up. Let's see.
Hold
Country
on,
Grammy
because I don't want to
nominated.
misspeak. Uh,
It was Whirlwind by Lainey Wilson. F
okay, yeah, Lane was
F1
dope.
Trillion by Post Malone. Ew. Nasty work. Deeper Well, Deeper Well, Casey Musgraves. Higher,
That's tough.
Higher by Chris Stapleton. And then Cowboy Carter by Beyonce.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go with Case. I'm gonna go with Casey's. I'm gonna go with Casey's.
Okay.
Lainey Wilson had a dope album too, though. But I'm gonna go with Casey's. Like I think Casey, in my opinion, deserved it. But when you're a Beyonce and you have a Texas Hold'em, you got some other records. I love that song with Miley on it. You're gonna stir, you know what I mean? Ruffle some feathers and make some waves. So I'm not mad at it, bro, but I feel like we gotta be honest. Like Beyonce, I think, got that one because of name recognition. That's not always a bad thing, but I think Casey had a better album personally. I would ask you what you think about it, but I think you don't listen to country. I think the better
I
question
don't
would
know
be,
nobody on this list
yeah,
other than Post Malone and Beyonce.
yeah. So I think
I can't
the
give them.
better question is like, how do you feel about artists being able to go from genre to genre, similar, like basically on one album and reach the pinnacle, which is in a lot of people's eyes the Grammy. How do you feel about that?
I think it's dope, man. I think it's different. I think people aren't used to seeing it and people don't know
Hmm.
how to respond to it. I think because Beyonce is synonymous with more R&B and pop music, I think people aren't used to seeing people who are able to shine and truly hop from genre to genre. Now, people have done it in the past, so I don't know why people are shocked by it. We've had Michael Jackson, um,
Yeah.
a very genre bending artist. We've had you can even say Prince to a certain degree. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Who's told
Definitely can say
lines
Prince.
between genres. So I think it's been done before, but I don't. But yeah, I think it's dope. I think it's dope when artists are able to do it well.
Hmm.
And from what people have said, people have I know a lot of people who don't typically listen to country music who've listened to it now because of Beyonce. So I
Mhm.
think that it's a positive thing for the genre. If it's able to, you're able to draw more listeners into it. So yeah, I don't see any. Me personally, I don't see any problem with it as long as it's coming from an artistic standpoint and not from a um appropriating standpoint. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of Post Malone. So you know what I mean? I think of when you're when it's genuine and this is just you're just this is the sound that I'm making and this is and I'm you know this is where I am artistically. I think it can work. Have I seen it work a lot? Well, no. I think a lot
Mm.
of artists aren't able to do it.
Yeah.
There's not too many artists and like even when I think in hip hop, like there's not too many artists who have went off and made a rock album that I actually liked, or who have went off and made a country
Mm.
album that I actually liked. So there aren't a lot of artists who are able to pull it off. But I think that some singers, a lot of times vocalists are able to do it more than a hip hop artist. But
Yeah. Yeah, I think vocalists, I think like if you can sing, bro, you can make certain things work. Like
mhm.
the rumor is, or the idea is that Beyonce on this latest run is going to release a jazz album after this
Mm,
country tour. So she'll do house, country, and jazz because those three genres, as you know, are inherently like very black influence, right?
right.
So yeah, I could kind of, if not black curated, so I could kind of see someone like her. Like, I mean,
Well,
she's
brother,
a supernova, bro. She can do
it's
whatever.
Black History Month, so I'm gonna sit up here and tell the truth. All of these genres are black created, brother.
Oh, yeah. You can make the argument. I don't even think it
There
is
ain't
there
no
an argument,
argument.
yo. Is
All
there
of
an
them are either
argument?
black
Rock and
created
roll,
or
we
black
know that.
influence. Rock and roll for sure. First
Yeah,
rock and roll song on record is Ike Turner, Rockin' 88.
yeah.
Uh,
Like as far as like the bases, like the actual
country is just a
root.
rendition of blues.
Yeah, like the actual root of the. We not talking like sub genres like screamo. Y'all got that.
No, the subgenres is its
You
own
can
thing. I'm talking
you can
about the
keep
core.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you y'all you got it, big dog. Some of these subgenres can I don't think we should try to claim, but as far as like all of these
Yeah,
overarching genres, yeah, jazz,
for
blues,
sure.
gospel, I mean all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna go into the album of the year because this is her first album of the year, Beyonce's first album of the year win. She's been nominated. I think she was nominated four other times, I think. And this is the one to win. You're not like a big Beyonce fan, are you? Like know her catalog like crazy?
I know some of her stuff, but I'm not a
Yeah.
avid Beyonce listener now.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I had to be for a story. I get it. Like I
Mhm.
100% get it. She's like crazy talent. Her catalog is
Oh,
crazy.
I
Yeah,
get why people love her. I just don't
for
think
sure.
she just doesn't make music that fits the type of music that I listen to.
Yeah, I'm
And I
not
listen to a
personally.
lot of
Yeah,
R&B music, but her R&B, she only has certain songs that fit into like my R&B type playlist that I listen to.
yeah,
Yeah.
facts. But as far as like the nominees, I'm gonna go for album of the year. Our boy Andre 3000, New Blue Sun. I knew that wasn't winning nothing. I hate to be that person
The
though.
fact that it was nominated is
Again, bro, certain things like people hate to say it, bro. It's name recognition sometimes. Like I've
yeah.
listened to the album. I'm not just blowing smoke. Like I've seen him perform this album. I'm not blowing smoke. This should not be in the category, respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
I
Beyonce Cowboy.
also want to
Oh
quickly
yeah.
throw in my favorite Beyonce song though, since I did just make it seem
Uh-huh.
like I don't listen to none of her music. My favorite Beyonce song is probably shocking to people. Dangerously in Love is my favorite Beyonce song.
That's random. What? That's mad random.
That's my favorite Beyonce song,
It's a
bro.
dope song. I just
It's
didn't expect it
hard.
from
I
you.
don't know. That's the one that when she was in a bag that I like. My second one would be like it's not her song, but the Love in This Club remix, which with Usher. Fire.
Wow. I,
The songs of Beyonce that are on my playlist are the ones that people wouldn't expect.
I would expect you to say
It's
we
not
like
put a
to.
ring on it. That's not on my playlist. I'm sorry.
I was expecting you to say we like to party because like Kanye's on it, Andre is on it, like on the remix or the original. I forget which one, but yeah, crazy.
That don't fit in no playlist. I continue. What would you say?
All right, Andre, Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet, dope album actually. Charlie XCX, didn't hear it, but it's called Brat. And then Jacob Collier, the Jesse Volume 4, Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, dope album, and Chapel Rowan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Yes, and then Taylor Swift's The Torture Poets Department, another album that's on here for namesake, bro, or for name recognition. That album was cheeks.
Let me
Uh,
look. I don't know none of that stuff you talk. Look, let me.
cheeks.
I listen to specific types of music, and it ain't most
Mm.
of the people that's on that list. But
So, so if I had my thoughts, dog, I think Sabrina Carpenter personally should have took this home. But when
should
you messed it up,
have took album of the year.
yeah. But when you messed it up four times before, Renaissance, the Beyonce self-titled joint with Lemonade on it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Or were those two separate albums? Whatever, I'm messing up. And then her other joints, like you gotta, she should have had two album of the years at least from that. So
Yeah,
I get trying to give this one to her. She made Grammy history, man. Shout out to the Beyonce fans who tune into the pod. All three of y'all probably, but
all three,
we appreciate
all three, maybe four
you.
on a good year for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Um, Also, man, another one we got to talk about.
Yes.
Doechii, rap album of the year. Alligator Bites Never Heal, man. What were your thoughts about that?
Oh, I love seeing that, man. She made like to an extent Grammy history in the sense that she's the third woman MC to take home that award, man. She's behind Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, and it's Doechii being the third. So I thought it was dope. I thought it was a dope moment for her. Still being a relatively new artist to us, right? So I think that was dope. And I honestly I think she deserved it. I can't always say that when these awards come around, which sucks, but it's just the truth. So I think she deserved it. I think that was dope for her fandom. And I'm excited to see what comes next for real. You know what I mean? How'd you feel?
Man, I felt the same way, man. I think that is dope. I don't think we often see people this early in their career take home that award specifically, and
Yeah.
I think that is dope, man. It's a she had a fire project, so um, yeah, I think it was good to see. It was a lyrical project. It was you had a variety of different types of music on there, a lot of different sounds sonically. I think that it was just a well thought out album, and I thought that it was executed well. So compared to the other albums that were on that list, I could make an argument that some of the other ones I thought were just as good. Um,
Hmm.
Specifically, I think Common's album was fire.
Fire.
So I think Common and Pete Rock's album was dope, and I also think uh, Cole's album I thought was fire. But I think that Cole's album got unfortunately overlooked because of the whole Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick debacle that took place. So, but yeah, I think that hers, as far as like a concept album that was like well executed, I thought that it was fire. So
Yeah.
I thought it was well deserving. I do think that it would have been a different discussion of other people's albums who came out last year made the deadline.
Yeah.
Then I would not feel that way. But
Yeah.
because of when it came out, because if Corday's album was included on there, if Tyler the Creator's album was included on there from last year, then I think that if Kendrick's album was included on there, I think differently. But compared to the albums that were on there, I definitely think it deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I heard people make the argument that Future and Metro should have won. I'm not mad at that. Like just because I feel like they had a dope album too. I just feel like Doechii made better art, like
yeah,
from the concept to the videos to everything.
yeah. It was well
Yeah.
done.
And I feel like this may sound a little crazy. I just feel like we saw too much of Future like this year. I think if they would have made the first one and ducked off and just like focused on the tour, you know what I mean, instead of him
Yeah.
making two additional projects, I think maybe we can make more of an argument there. But it made an impact, that's for sure. But I
Oh,
think not
absolutely.
necessarily ultimately to their benefit when it came to the Grammys. And also Doechie's was the most recent between the two. So that plays a factor. People don't think about that, but that plays a factor in voters' minds, I'm sure.
And that's why I think I would have liked to see like that win so that something out that album would have got it, because I think
Yeah,
I think like that really had such a big impactful moment, man. And I think sometimes for voters it might be a recency bias just because
yeah,
like this came out more recently, and that was one was
hmm
so such a big impact that it was on the front of people's mind. But I definitely think like that off that album should have won for sure. But as far as like comparing the albums, doechii versus Futures, I think it's not even. Me personally, I think doechii's album a lot better. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think
Wait, the Metro and Future joint?
yeah, I like doechii's album better than this.
Oh, way better. Oh, okay. Who you said Common and Pete Rock's joint. Who else? What other
Common and P
album?
Rocks is one. See, so based on the ones that are on there, they're
Yeah.
ones that I like more than I like doechii's.
Oh, okay.
Futures is
Gotcha.
not. Like there's songs on
Yeah.
Futures album that I like, but the whole album I'm
Yeah.
you know how I am with lyrics and substance. It's only so much Future I'm gonna be able to listen to. But
Yeah, for me, I had this argument with my boy yesterday. I said the production to me and Kendrick's verse and a handful of songs is what carries the album for me
yeah,
personally. I think it's a good
for sure.
album, don't get me wrong, but like I can only listen to Future for such a extended, you know what I mean, a certain period of time before I grow it grows dull for
Yeah,
me. But yeah, I think I get you. I feel you.
yeah, but I would have liked to see. But I like J Cole's album more than I like hers. Let me be very clear. I listen to J Cole's
Mm,
album more than I listen to doechii's.
mm,
I think there's some heat on there, but like I said,
mm,
and there's introspective songs on there. There's songs that just
mm,
sound hard in the car. There's songs I work out to that are on J Cole's album. So I like J Cole's the most out of the albums that are on there
mm.
by a landslide. But
Yeah,
yeah, but I can understand why voters would pick doechii's just out of it's a unique album.
for sure. The concept, the whole thing. I actually looked up, bro. I'm like, hold on. Did she really get bit by an alligator, bro? My silly self, bro. Like, no.
Florida,
Like,
man. Come
like,
on, man.
yeah, because the concept was too dope. Like the whole promotion, the marketing. I'm like,
Yeah,
dang,
yeah.
man.
It was
You
well.
know?
It was well executed. And then her performing it on Tiny Desk and like
Yeah,
it was a good
bro.
rollout. What did you think about her Grammy performance?
I thought it was dope. I thought it was a little extra, but I thought it was dope, man. Like that's one thing, that's one element I love about
Earl
her as an
keeping it 100,
artist.
man. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I concur.
Matter of fact, let's roll back. Hold on. So Cardi gave her the award. If you oh yeah, in the show, whatever.
Yep.
She's extra, bro. Like the whole, you know what I mean? Like whatever, bro. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I thought it was
Man,
dope.
I
I thought
can't
it
wait till
was
we got to, hey, y'all got to support and subscribe to this podcast so we can branch off and do a Patreon where we can really talk crazy. Like,
oh
I'm
yeah,
excited about that, man. So y'all make sure y'all keep sharing this page,
for
our
sure.
YouTube channel, sharing our podcast on audio platform. Make sure you're sharing this to a friend, tell a friend, because yeah, then we can go on there and
Definitely.
really talk crazy how we want to.
Definitely. And then like, yeah, I think like it was dope. And more than anything, overarching convo real quick, like or tidbit real quick. I think she's in dope company. Like to be in company with Lauryn Hill. I'm not the biggest Cardi fan, but Invasion of Privacy is a I think when niggas or folks look back on it, they're gonna say this is a classic album. I'm willing to say that, bro. I think if you really go back to Invasion of Privacy 2018, you like this joint is
No,
fire.
it's a really good album.
Yeah. So it's good company that Doechii's in. So it's dope to see her within that realm. You know what I'm
And, and,
saying?
and
Yeah.
I think it's man, Lauryn Hill set the bar very high for women in hip
Too high almost. I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
it's just high, man. So like I like that there's a more lyrical album like a doechii's album that's on there. Speaking of women who are extremely lyrical,
Mm.
this what I don't think this was aired, but man, Rhapsody got one.
Yes. Yeah, man. Let's talk
I'm
about it.
excited about that, man.
Yeah.
I for a long time have been an advocate for Rhapsody's music, man. Rhapsody is in my dissertation. I named some of the hip hop artists in my
Wow. That's
dissertation
dope.
who I felt like, you know what I mean, I felt like needed more shine, and Rhapsody's one of the ones who I named just because she's dope, man. So it's good to see her take home a Grammy. Her and Erica Badu got it for 3 a.m., which is a fire song for best
Fire.
melodic rap performance. I'm gonna be 100. I didn't even know that was a category, but I'm glad it is because
Yeah.
yeah, dope.
Yeah, man. 5 nominations. She finally landed one, bro. So shout out to
Absolutely.
Rap City, man. Definitely deserve.
Well deserved. Now let me tell you one album that the Grammys got right, and they made. Look, I need to get whoever wants to recommend me or nominate me for a Grammy board because I really want to get on now. Now after seeing,
Yeah.
I really want to get on. They got one album right that I was shocked by. One of
Uh-huh.
my favorite albums last year was Chris Brown 1111.
That's
And
crazy.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
and I just knew that they weren't going to give it to my man's because they don't give him awards because of past, what I mean, things that have
Yeah.
gone on. We don't need to
Yeah.
even harp on it. But
Right.
I'm glad that they gave my man's that R&B album of the year because it is the best R&B album of the year.
Is it? I haven't even heard it,
Oh,
bro.
please go and listen to 11. It's fire. Even the intro, Angel Numbers, Ten Toes, fire. Like
Hmm.
it's just a dope album, and it's crazy because different songs from that album end up, or the bonus version of it, end up going viral later on and becoming big hits. But like,
Mm.
it's an amazing project, and I just knew I was like, man, they're not gonna get Chris Brown this award. But when I saw
Who
they
else
did, I
was
said, okay, there we go.
who else was in contention, bro? Like I kind of been out of the R&B loop for real, for real.
Let me see. R&B album of the year. Let's look up the nominees. The nominees for best rap album of the year were Usher, Coming Home, Lucky Day, Algorithm, Money Long,
Mm.
Revenge, Layla Hathaway, Vanta Black. I gotta listen to that because I didn't know Layla Hathaway had a new album out. But
Yeah,
and then Chris Brown 1111, the deluxe.
that's crazy. It sounds like he deserved it though. I haven't listened to it though, but like it sounds like that. I've listened to Lucky Day's joint. It's okay. Like I
Yeah, it's
think
all
he
right.
made other joints better. His last album was better.
Yeah, and I wasn't a big fan of this last Usher joint either.
Yeah, I wasn't either. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it. So it sounds like they got it right. I'm gonna have to tune in to see. But
Yeah, no,
yeah.
bro. Check out Chris Brown's 1111 album. I thought it was amazing. So I was happy to see that the Grammys um got that one because
I will say, like, I'm looking at best R&B performance. And, Mooney Long won that for "Made for Me."
yeah.
I'm surprised SZA didn't take that home for Saturn, but you know,
Okay,
you
okay.
know, this is why this is a rap podcast. Maybe I'm not as tapped in. That's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Now Money Long,
I dig it.
I know her fan base is growing. I hear about her a lot.
Money Long or Mooney
Mooney Long,
Long? I'm
I
probably
don't know how you say it. It looked like Money Long to me. Mooney Long.
yeah.
Whatever it is, I hear about her a lot.
You hear it though, yeah. I've been hearing her recently too. Maybe very recent, as in Grammy surrounding type of
Yeah.
like chatter. But yeah,
I have to check
so
out her music though. I can't say that I've checked out her music for real. So I have to check it out.
shout out to her, man. Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to her, man. Man, yeah, the Grammys, y'all did y'all thing with this one, man. I think,
And it was entertaining, bro. Like it was one of the Grammys, one of the few in recent years, a long time where I watched it pretty much from start to finish, man. So shout out to the people. They getting it together, man. And just making not as tight of a show as someone like me would like. Because 3+ hours is crazy as far as like, and you gotta think about the viewing, like the pre-show stuff. I'm like, nah, but it's
yeah, no,
dope and it was entertaining from pretty much start to finish. So shout out to him.
yeah, got to shout out to him, man.
Hmm.
What we got next on the list, man? Let's
It
see,
should be Drake, man.
Drake. We got to transition
Drake.
from Kendrick to
Uh,
Drake. All right,
yeah.
got to do it. It's got to be done. So with that being said, man, we want to talk about um, first of all, Drake and Party Next Door. They have announced
Yeah.
they announced that they have an joint project that is releasing on Valentine's Day.
Some sexy songs for you is the
Sexy songs for
project.
you with the S's as dollar signs, man. Are you excited for this project?
Absolutely not, brother. I am not. I'm not, bro. Like, yo, I have a cousin of mine, man. He's been a big Party Next Door fan, a loyal one through the mud with it. I haven't really been a huge Party Next Door fan since PND 2, and that was a while ago. That was probably like what, 2017, 2018. So I've kind of I'm not like crazy about him as a musical star. His pen game is crazy though. We got to acknowledge that, but I'm not crazy about it. And so to see him with Drake, I feel like if this happened maybe like 8, not like 7 years ago, I would be geeked. I'm gonna be honest,
Mm,
I'd be geeked. But right now, like I think it'll rear some great music though. I
yeah.
can't say it probably will. Probably will. Because I'm not the biggest Drake R&B guy, but like I can acknowledge when good music is good music though. And I know what that does for the ladies, for the radio, for the club. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I do expect it to be quality though at the
Yeah.
same time. Yeah.
And see, well, let me start off. I'm not excited for it either. I'm not the biggest Party Next Door guy either. He has some songs
Mm.
that I like Come and See Me and all of that. Like he has some records
Classic.
I really love. But I agree with you on the songwriting tip. He's helped write some songs that I really love. So
Hmm.
on that side, I definitely will give him credit for it. But I am definitely gonna tune in because I typically have liked some of Drake's slower R&B esque, quote unquote R&B music. I think some of it's been cool. I like some of the stuff on Take Care, some of the stuff on So Far Gone that was more so
Mm.
R&B ish. So I mean, I'll listen to it, I guess. You know what I mean? But I'm not excited about it. And especially and right now it's hard to get excited about anything Drake. I'm be honest. I know.
And we being honest when we say that because there's not, bro. Like, because he hasn't given us a reason to be excited. Like he dropped No Face. I think that came with a music video. It didn't move no needle. And the other records he's put out, the other moments he's had, especially revolving around this lawsuit, like it's been, bro. If there's a perceived idea that he's in a hole right now, he's only dug it further. You know what I'm saying?
You're not
So
lying, man. I'm gonna be real, and I sent you something the other day, man, on Spotify, and it wasn't like this a few weeks ago. Uh, Kendrick is now streaming more than Drake is, which has never been the case.
crazy.
So
That's
that's
crazy.
that's showing you that Drake's streaming is going down significantly, and there's less people listening to him. Do you think that Drake's career can rebound from this?
I do. I do. Like I'd be it would be silly, I think, to say otherwise. I don't think it's a hit record could save it saved many a careers. You know what
You're
I'm
not
saying?
lying.
And
You're not
not
lying.
that his career needs saving, like career. I think the perception that
I ain't gonna
people
hold
have
you.
of
It's on
him.
life support, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Life support?
That thing holding on for
Shit.
dear life, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Like, not to
Wow.
say his old catalog is still rocking, but bro, I don't know if people are still like. It's not the
Mm.
same energy of people looking forward to new Drake records. Like, I don't hear it anymore.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, because even when he did that freestyle, I just think he's been moving mad corny, like the freestyle, and then potential like rumors of LeBron infidelity and him like joint is
And,
just corny, bro.
and I also
It's,
got to add. Let me be clear. I think it's on
mm,
life support in America. That's I need
okay,
I need to
okay,
preface that
yeah,
Drake is currently on a tour in Australia. Drake is a
yeah,
is a huge international star.
for
So when I'm
sure,
talking about that, I'm talking about in this culture in America. I think that his
mhm,
career is on life support.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. Life support is oh that is a thing. Like that's a lot. I don't know because he has so much fandom, like by the millions here. It's kind of hard for me to say that.
He
Loyalists.
he does have loyalists, but I think that the perception of him I think
Yes.
has changed so much. But you're right though. I never count anybody out. That's why I didn't say it was dead. I said life support because I've
Yeah.
seen hit records change careers that we never would have
Yeah.
that they would
Yeah.
they would change. You know what I mean? Look, I don't want to use this example, but look at what hit records did with R. Kelly. R. Kelly hit recorded his way out of a lot of situations.
Facts.
Yeah,
That's
good
true.
music is good music. People when it comes to music, if you can make some music that people can feel, it's
Mhm.
gonna have a different reaction. The thing is, I never I never felt Drake music that much to begin with. So for me, it's different.
Mm.
But like for people who are like hardcore Drake fans, I think he can pull them back in.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. I think so. Like I don't personally me, I'm not a big R&B Drake guy, so I don't know if
No.
this record would rear that necessarily for someone like
Yeah,
me. But I think
yeah,
like
you never really like to sing songy stuff.
no,
See,
I don't.
I liked his melodic stuff more than I like his trying to be hard. Right.
Yeah. Um I just like when he was just rapping, bro. Like I just like that when him being fake gangster and all that. Like that's
I liked when he was going back and forth, and I think that was when I think Drake was at his peak. Was to me was when he'd go from rapping and then jumping to singing the hook, and like
yeah.
that's what made me be like, oh, this is different. Like, and like I said,
Mm,
that was like early on, like so far gone. Like that's when I really
mm,
remember him really honing in on that style. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm not looking forward to this project like that for sure.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I'm
Speak,
not
speak,
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Speaking of that, you said that Drake came out and said he's alive.
Yes, so for his I believe it was his first show that he rapped in Australia on that leg of the tour. The tour he's been on what the last year or so. He said that Drizzy Drake is in fact alive. You know what I mean? And essentially he's not going anywhere. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the whole idea of what he said towards the end of the show. And I think that's parallel to what we were talking about, where it's like, yo, where's his career? Where's his place at? I just think he needs to change the narrative until he changes it, and he has the power to do that. It's interesting though with him going back and forth with his and suing his label. So I think that's a very interesting on how we could really shake that out or maneuver on that front. You know what I mean? But I think like I said, bro, a hit record could change the perception. But he just has to move smarter, bro. He just been moving funny. And I think like this Super Bowl performance, bro, could possibly muffle it that much more, bro. Could really mess it up that much more depending on what route Kendrick goes with it. Do I think he's performing not like us? I think he'd be a fool not to, personally, but I don't
Oh,
know if the NFL going for it though.
that's the
I don't
next
know.
thing that I wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
Is the Super Bowl's right around the corner next
Yeah.
week. What are you expecting from this halftime show? And are we hearing not like us?
I'm expecting a lot of I'm expecting some TDE folks to come out. I said that last pod, but like I think I went too far by saying a black hippie reunion. I just think they're gonna be on stage together and that be the reunion. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Maybe play some select songs where they're featured, maybe not. I think he's gonna play some GNX, get some folks that were on that joint on stage as well. Um I think he's gonna bring it back to the city. That's what his Grammy acceptance speech was essentially about, which is talking about the city. He was naming different areas and cities within the LA metro like area. So I think it's going to be pretty much that. I think he's doubling down on that. Um, that's what I see, but in that, I see him performing not like us, bro. I see him doing similar to what he did with the pop out, but maybe bring diversify it a little bit. You know what I mean? What do you kind of expect?
Man, similar. I definitely think
Yeah,
he's gonna perform not like us.
yeah,
They're using it as the promo at this point, so I don't think he's gonna say the PDF word. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't think that's gonna I don't think he's gonna say it. I think he's gonna let the crowd say it.
yeah,
But I definitely think he's gonna perform. He might only do the hook. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
Super Bowl performances, a lot of times people only do the hooks of different songs anyway. So
Mm,
I think he might just do the chorus of it or something. But I definitely think we're gonna hear a bit of it. I don't think
yeah,
he's gonna stray away from performing it at all. But yeah, man, I expect the same thing, man. I expect some crazy choreography, some
yeah.
crazy dance routines. I definitely think he's gonna bring a couple people out on stage. Who that's going to be, I'm not sure.
Mm,
I could see him doing TDE, but I think he's gonna bring out somebody bigger. I think
mm.
there's gonna be a surprise performance from somebody. I don't know who it's going to be.
I was about to say, what are the theories?
Um, I I think it could be. I definitely think it could be. He could end up bringing out Tyler the Creator. I definitely think that's a
I
possibility.
could see that. People have been talking about
Um,
that.
I could
Mm,
see that. I could see him bringing out one of the OG West Coast legends. You know what I mean? I don't know if Ice Cube would do it, but maybe like an Ice Cube or like a West Coast OG type of artist. I could see
hmm.
that. Um, yeah, man. I think he's got. I could also see like a Rihanna. Um,
True, that'd be crazy.
I know her and ASAP got a lot going on right now, so that might not happen. But
Yeah. What about if he brings out YouTube? That'd be crazy.
I could also see that. I could
I
see
could
that.
see it.
So
Yeah,
there's a lot of ways. He has a lot of collaborations to lean on, but sometimes people bring out people when they don't even have collaboration. They just let them do that rock out. So he might
exactly.
I could see him bringing out some of the West Coast legends like that too, though.
I could. It would be crazy if you brought out MC8 to kind of like narrate like what's that song they have? I forgot. It's off of Good Kid,
Good
Mad
Kid,
City.
yeah.
Yeah. I would want to see an amalgamation or a mixture of all that, bro. Like for real.
And I'm
Like,
gonna be
you know what I
honest.
mean?
I think the
Yeah.
biggest surprise he could do would be bringing out Wayne.
Yeah, I actually think that would be the dope. That would, to me, that would be one of the dopest rap based performances, maybe second to the one in LA though. Because when you have like 50, Kendrick, Dre, like that's kind of tough, but I think it could contend for that if he brings out Wayne, bro. Like what? Forget all the beef and all that. Like I'm bringing out and performing Mona Lisa with my mans.
Yeah,
That would be crazy. That
yeah.
would be crazy.
I think that would shake things up for sure. But yeah,
That would.
some of the songs, man. What are some of the songs that you think Kendrick has to perform?
I think he has to. Dang, that's tough. I think he has to. That's why that Rihanna joint would be crazy if she actually came out.
He already did Mad
Loyalty.
City, but I feel like you still got to do it again. I don't care that you.
I think so. You got to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
Mad City.
yeah. It gotta. I just
Yeah,
have to. You already did it at the Super Bowl once though, so he might not. But
yeah. He
I.
might pull out Janet for all we know and do poetic justice.
Ooh, if he
That would
pulled
be
out
crazy though.
Janet,
If
I forgot he had that song with Janet. Ooh,
oh no, it's just a sample, but like
but I could bring
she been
Janet out at
performing.
the Super Bowl. But can Janet perform at the Super Bowl?
Dang.
They let Justin perform at Super Bowl again, but so they better
Oh
let her.
yeah, so they should let her,
Yeah,
bro.
she should
Like
be straight.
she has to redeem that moment, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
That would be
If
fire though.
that would be like if she
Everybody keep
actually
their
spun the hook.
clothes on, but it'd be fire.
Yes, bro. That's I forgot about that jump.
no,
Um,
no, that'd
yeah,
be crazy. That'd be he got to do that, man. He got you already know he gonna do like humble. He probably gonna do that.
gotta do humble.
I
Yeah,
need DNA. You got to do DNA.
got to should do the whole damn album for real.
You really got to do that whole album. You know he
Yeah,
got to do all right. You got to do. You
you
got.
got to.
Man, I think he did some of those joints he did at the Super Bowl when he featured. So I don't know which ones is he gonna take those out.
Oh, true. So he might lean heavier on GNX and we may even imagine. We already know he's gonna do the joints with SZA.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he got
I
to
would
do
love to see
Luther.
Dodger Blue.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing Luther live.
Luther would be is gonna be crazy live, I'm assuming. Dodger Blue, I want to see. You don't want to see it. I want to see Peekaboo, bro,
Bro,
for the
come
city,
on, man.
man.
You know
Yeah.
what though? The more I hear it, I still don't like it, but it's getting less bad.
Yeah. TV off. That joint
TV
gonna
off is
go
gonna be
crazy. Yeah,
TV
man.
off is gonna be stupid. TV off.
Stupid.
What else? Yeah, nah, he got to do Squabble Up,
Squabble up, he gotta do. Dang, bro. Yeah.
and I got a long discography, bro. Like,
But let me ask you this:
mhm.
the like, what from Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers would he play?
I don't know if the songs I like on there everybody else like. So I don't know if he's going to do Mr. Morale. He got to have something from there though.
I
For
would
me,
think,
I think that I wouldn't mind seeing Rich Spirit.
yeah,
Count
that'd
Me
be dope.
Out is my favorite song.
Yeah.
Count Me Out is one of my favorite songs on there. Die
Ooh.
Hard is one of my favorite songs on there.
Yeah.
So those are the ones I really like, but I don't know if
Yeah, I like some joints on there that like other people won't like that
Die
he won't
Hard is one of
play
my favorite songs on there. I love
for
it.
sure. Whatever that joint with Keem spitting, like it's after you were
In
not my
'95.
savior. Yeah, nah. I am not your savior. I forgot which one.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the
he's
name.
not gonna play that though. But you like United in Grief or not United in Grief, but maybe in '95,
In
like
'95 would be
that
hard.
would kind of make sense. The one with Kodak Silent Hill or whatever it's called. Like I don't think he would play that though.
Rich Spirit would be fire.
Rich Spear would be dope, actually. Yeah, it'll be dope. He got records, man.
K Dot
Yeah,
got records, man. I'm expecting a entertaining show. I,
yeah.
I I don't think we can get anything else from Kendrick.
I think the disappointment potentially. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think the disappointment would be if it just feels like the pop out. I don't want it to feel like the pop out. This is the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
I'm gonna be, and that's
I
why
mean,
that's why I hope he doesn't lean West Coast.
and bronze it a bit. You
But
got to.
if he leans West Coast, I don't want him to lean modern West Coast.
Mm. Okay. Like what type of West Coast?
I
90s
don't want
West
none
Coast
of them
G
young
Funk?
dudes who ain't heard of up there. I'm
It's
gonna
a
keep
Super Bowl, man. Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it
Super
100,
Bowl.
bro. I don't want to hear and I don't want to hear none of them songs. I'm being I don't want to hear Peekaboo or none of them joints. I want like I said, he could there's a couple other ones on the new one, but I hope he doesn't fully go all in on just
Yeah.
on that. Cause we got it at the pop out. So
True.
I feel like if it's that same thing again, yeah.
We got that vibe. We didn't get GNX songs, but we got the vibe though,
We
for
got the
sure.
vibe. GNX
Yeah.
kind of embodied the pop out to me.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Um,
it was like it perfectly bottled that up and put it on wax. That's how I kind
yeah.
of look at it. So I don't, and there's some fire songs on there, but I want to see, yeah, I want to see something different though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now if you're gonna go West Coast, I hope he brings out like I want to see the West Coast legends out there.
Yeah. And Dre and Snoop, it's kind of divine timing. They just dropped the album, so maybe built off that momentum, they can do some throwbacks or like something like that. You know what I mean? I
Uh,
don't know. Who knows? Ice Cube dropped the album, so that momentum is like, okay, play some old Ice Cube. Like, who knows? Like, who knows, man?
well,
Yeah,
yeah, I think there's room for them to do something dope. So what if he bring
yeah.
NWA up there?
That would be crazy.
They ain't gonna let.
Actually,
I don't think they
bro.
allowed it at Super Bowl though. You see what I'm saying? Super Bowl be a little.
Yeah, yeah. With
You know, the
Hove,
NFL
like,
be a
kind
little
of.
bit. You know, they don't really be for that protest music for real.
Yeah, with Hove, I don't know. I feel like he can leverage certain things, but who knows, man? His hands are probably tied to a degree too. I
And
mean,
and as somebody who don't watch football, I only really tune in for the Super Bowl. So
that's crazy.
um,
That's
I
crazy.
watched this last game, but I don't watch football at all. So that's why that was the easiest protest I've ever done in my life because I ain't watch it anyway.
uh, crazy, crazy. I think don't that surprise people that you're not a big sports guy? I feel like they
Absolutely,
assume every black man that hangs out at like cigar lounges or club or bars watches sports religiously.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That
Mm,
100%. People be like, "What do you mean you don't watch sports?" I'll be like, "I don't really watch sports. Like, I'll go to a game, or like if a game is on, I'm gonna watch it. But I don't. I
mhm,
stopped following sports and after I stopped actually like following. I never followed football, but I used to follow basketball a little bit up until probably like
mm.
maybe like 19 to I went to college really.
Yeah, that's where I kind of fell off, and I've only recently gotten back on. I fell out of basketball. Like I used to be a huge basketball fan, but I don't really like the product as much. I go where LeBron goes. So once they make
Yeah,
it to the playoffs, I'm tuned in. But otherwise, there's just too many games, bro. Like honestly, this is not entertaining. But
yeah.
that's why this ain't a sports pod.
That's
So
a
like,
fact, bro. Because I can't keep up with it. I don't look, but I watch the championships like everybody else.
or a boxing match, like like a Iron
Jake.
Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul, I guess, or whatever, Jake Paul, whatever. I didn't forgot who was fighting, bro. Already,
You should have. It
yeah,
was a very forgettable fight.
it was, it was. I mean, thank
Bro,
God we didn't pay money for it, bro.
oh
Imagine,
my God, bro. I would have been mad. I would have at least we would have got those early fights, but I would have been very mad about that one.
pissed, but yeah,
Bro, episode 29, man.
another banger, man, as
Oh,
always.
more fire, man. Hey, look, if you're not following us on social media, follow us at Rap and Reason on Instagram and TikTok. Also, make sure that if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Music, man, make sure y'all hit us with that 5 stars, man. It really goes a long way. We appreciate it, man. Keep tapping in with us, share a friend, share this
Yeah,
show. And we'll keep on giving you episodes every single week. And until next week, man, Rap and Reason, we out.
we out.